A friend told me an interesting quote, which basically went like, investing is the only field where doing nothing is a skill. And it makes sense, right? Like a big part of investing is just having patience and the discipline to not touch your investments even when things are looking dire because you made a long-term plan and you're sticking with it. Um, in a sense, you could say that sticking with the plan, no matter how circumstances change, is a skill, right? And sometimes that means doing nothing, sometimes that means doing the same thing consistently, right? Like eating the same thing, going to the gym, working out, sleeping at 9 p.m. or 10 p.m., whatever. Like that's sticking to the plan, right? And it makes a lot of sense because the plan is something you have control over, the execution of the plan. External circumstances you can't really control, but you know that if you stick to your plan consistently enough, then it will lead to certain results, right? So regardless of external circumstances, if you are working out consistently, then that will lead to muscle gain, right? If you're eating well, working out consistently, all of that. In a similar sense, if you invest in something that has like inherent value, like a decent business, and you just wait long enough, it will compound over time. Or you can invest in an index fund, that's fine too, right? You're investing in the overall economy, and then you just wait long enough. The other thing I think that's underrated about investing is that it's really a sense of not just coming up with the right plan and sticking with it, but also understanding that it's okay to have a certain error rate or error margin, right? Like that's understandable. And knowing your own risk tolerances. So if you are okay being like fairly risk averse, then you just want to invest in like an index fund and be long term or like bonds, right? Something very safe and stable. If on the other hand you want to see like larger returns, you can do that. You can invest in things like Bitcoin or individual stocks, but you also have to know that you could lose more money as well. So there are always trade-offs. And once you accept that there are always trade-offs, it becomes a lot easier to live with whatever decision you make, right? So if you only get like 5 to 8% a year, you're happy with that. That's perfectly fine. Maybe you get 20% in a month, but you lose, 10% the next month. As long as you're okay with that kind of risk, or vice versa, right? Then you're happy with that. But the important thing is that you know where you stand. One mistake I see a lot of people make is that they pick a strategy that doesn't align with their own values, right? So they're fairly conservative, but they take a high risk strategy, and then they're really put off of investing because they lose a bunch of money. Or they are, or the opposite. Like they actually want to take risk, but they pick a conservative strategy, and then they're just like they hate it, right? So either way, there's no real wrong answer. There's just the wrong answer for you. So customize your investing strategy to your temperament and then stick with it long term, and you're going to see results no matter what strategy you pick.